Good evening, everyone. Dr. Freedom here. Time for some Doctor Who news. News from in and around the Whoniverse that may or may not affect you in some strange, tingly way that could only be timey-wimey. Oh, yeah, very interesting night going on tonight as far as Doctor Who goes. The Cardiff, premiere happened tonight where they aired both Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar. And some very interesting stuff going on there. Let's go ahead and let's just hop right into it, shall we? All right, here we go. Wham, there. Okay, so right here over at Wales Online, we have stars of Doctor Who turn up for the Series 9 premiere in Cardiff, and here's what else happened. Now, if you're one of the lucky few to bag a ticket to the exclusive preview of the first 2 episodes of Series 9 at Doctor Who at Cineworld in Cardiff, this was the next best seat in the house. And here's a nice little, quote-unquote group picture of all those who attended. It's just, looks like everybody had a fun time there. And, of course, they added a few photos later on. There is a crap ton of these. If you go hunting around Twitter, especially use the hashtag planes have stopped, you're going to find photos all over the place. Be sure to scan around. Lots of interesting stuff that was happening there. All right. Yeah, look at it. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's just a very few pics here. Chances are there'll be more cropping up over the coming days. But as of right now, if you want to go snatch some more, go look around on Twitter, go look around on Instagram, I think, and you should be able to nail some more down if you want to see more pictures from the premiere. No, nobody recorded the event, so don't even bother looking for that, okay? All right, moving on. BBC America put out a new Series 9 trailer. Hang on, this says this may be region restricted in some countries, so they put an alternative link down, and there's a region-free version because, actually, some folks from the UK clicked on this, and it said they weren't allowed to watch it. Okay, of course, US TV listings have confirmed that BBC America will be showing the Series 9 prequel, The Doctor's Meditation, as part of their Doctor Who Takeover Week. No word on whether this will also be available online as of yet. Matter of fact, Blogger takes a little look at this. BBC America to air the prequel, Doctor's Meditation, and the Fourth Doctor stories. And I get ready for this. This is cool. This is why I included this one. The television schedule for BBC America has revealed that the prequel, The Doctor's Meditation, will broadcast the day before The Magician's Apprentice, and also some Fourth Doctor stories are going to be aired. BBC America are celebrating return of hold the phone. What? The return of the show's return. Oh, man. Somebody's got to proofread. Okay. They're celebrating the show's return with a 4-day marathon of Doctor Who program. The Doctor's Meditation, written by Stephen Moffat, is scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember, that's BBC America, September 18th on BBC America. So keep that in mind. That's Eastern Time. Keep that, for you guys out there. So Doctor's Meditation, I think it's been slotted for 10 minutes, if I remember correctly. All right, he says it right there. That's where I read it from. And, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on in this short prequel coming up, on, Magician's Apprentice. So, okay, but here's the other rub of it. This is cool. September 20th, we'll also see 2 classic Tom Baker adventures on the channel, Genesis of the Daleks and The Seeds of Doom. Now, also to air the following week are Terror of the Zygons, The Pyramids of Mars, and The Hand of Fear. So it looks like they're going to have a little fun mixing up classic with the new series that's coming out. So, yes, Doctor Meditation, we are going to get it. We are going to see it on the air. If not, keep your eye on, for the BBC thing. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about when they're going to air it, if they're going to air it over on BBC One as of yet. All right, jumping on over to The Guardian, Doctor Who star Peter Capaldi says, I absolutely love the BBC. He admits that the corporation is not perfect, but it says it is vital to have a large-scale public service broadcaster. As some of you may know, there's some really, really weird things going on in the British government right now, where there are actually guys out there saying the BBC should only be broadcasting public, type stuff. That shows like Doctor Who, blah, blah, this. In other words, they want to go to what they had on National Lampoon's Vacation, European Vacation, where they had like the cheese channel, I guess. I don't know. But Okay, Peter Capaldi has come out in defense of the BBC, arguing that it is vital that it remains a large-scale public service broadcaster because commercial rivals are no substitute. And I'm going to let you guys read the rest of this a little bit right here. But it is vitally important you keep up to date on this, because I just can't believe they're going to take a national treasure like the BBC and just basically strip it down to the bare bones if they get their way. And matter of fact, that's what's one of the big concerns for the next series is what's going to go on with the budget. But we'll keep an eye on that. We'll say that for another broadcast. All right, next up over on Radio Times, Peter Capaldi, I want David Bowie as a guest star on Doctor Who. He also revealed he was very particular about which guitar the Doctor would play in Series 9. He goes into this a bit in the Q&A segments. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and include the links to those. Somebody put them up from over on the Doctor official page. If I can find them again, I'll include them in the description box below. They're really like 1 or 2 minute little cuts that were taken throughout various points during the Q&A session last night. But I'm sure there's going to be more of those videos popping up over the coming week or so. All right. So he goes into detail about what kind of guitar, he wanted to play and whatnot. And he got to basically, he mentioned that he had to go out and find what would be the Doctor's guitar. So he had a say in which guitar they were going to use for this particular segment. So he goes into it a little bit right here about he was trying to decide whether it would be a Stratocaster, Telecaster, and all that. And he went with something, I guess he said, is pretty different. But, you guys who own guitars, you know what he's talking about. All right, Michelle Gomez on Series 9. Missy is a force of nature. This is a very nice little short interview with Michelle Gomez. It has some stuff that's different from the interview I had up last night. That's why I'm going to go ahead and include it here. They ask some very different questions, and she goes into some very interesting answers. So I'm going to leave this for you folks right here. Here you go, you Missy fans. Here's a nice little short interview with Michelle Gomez. Okay, up on Doctor Who news. Again, Big Finish releases for September. It says right here, today sees the launch of the latest series of tie-in adventures, this time focusing on the Doctor Who spinoff Torchwood. The first in the series, The Conspiracy, features John Barrowman reprising his role as Captain Jack Harkness. Meanwhile, the 3 earliest Doctors all have an outing this month, with the first in Vicky's perceptions tested in Short Trip's Etheria. The second Ben, Polly, and Jamie encounter, the second Doctor is what they mean. Ben, Polly, and Jamie encounter the Yes Men, and the third Doctor, in the form of Tim Treloar, comes back alongside Joe and Mike Yates in the Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 1, which, by the way, is incredible. And finally, the 7th Doctor and Male are caught up in diminutive shenanigans in Terror of the Sontarans. And if you want to read a little synopsis for each of these, here they are. There's also a competition up for these, a couple of these. I think it's just that one, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's just the first one for Torchwood. But if you want to read, a little synopsis, decide whether you want to go, if you're interested in this or not, please be sure to go check it out. Okay. By the way, Dan Starkey voicing this character, if I remember correctly. So, Big Finish is a nice alternative, especially great when you're at work and you're doing like a really menial task. You can pop in a story, and meanwhile, while your body is doing the work, your mind's off on a trip with the Doctor. That's what I love about Big Finish, because I do some really menial crap at work. I'm not kidding. It's like all, and you got to take your mind away from that. Just don't go completely out of there, though. Otherwise, you'll get investigated and you'll have to pee in a cup. But okay, moving on. Make your own Doctor Who video games with BBC's Doctor Who Game Maker. Doctor Who fans will soon be able to make and share their very own video games based around the hit sci-fi show. As part of its Make It Digital initiative, the Doctor Who Game Maker launches on the BBC website on September 15th. So if you're into this, 5 more days, and they go into a little bit right here about what this is going on. Also, they talk a little bit about Mission Dalek. And by the way, I've seen some very, very good submissions for that. If you want, just search around for those submissions for Mission Dalek, because some pretty good stuff. Okay, so if you're into this, here's some info on it from Digital Spy. Okay, this I threw in at the last minute because this literally popped into my box. I think Sammy Carter sent me this one. 12th Doctor 5-inch figure in white shirt is now in stock. Now, this figure was originally expected to come out in October, but apparently it is suddenly available now. So it's available to order on Forbidden Planet, Entertainment Earth, and that's the figure right there if you're interested in it. I don't know. It looks kind of bland to me, to be honest. I don't know. It doesn't look like Capaldi. It kind of looks like, I don't know. It'll hit me about a half an hour, but Okay, why am I looking at a figure? All right, moving on. And lastly, for you folks who are interested, this is over on Great Central Railway. They're going to have the Sci-Fi Weekend over at Loughborough and Leicestershire. And who's at the railway? And they have all the information you need right here to get involved in this if you want. What's going on here, and here. They even have down here at the bottom your fares, all that lined up, timetables, parking, all that stuff right here if you're interested. So if you're in the area of Loughborough, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, and Leicestershire, boom, here you go. It's a nice little event taking place this weekend. Okay, well, that's all I had for tonight. Like I said, I couldn't believe last night. I was in such a rush, and oh man, I just really annihilated a bunch of stuff about the iView thing, and I did put up annotations to correct it, and also left the thing in the comment box. But come on, Anthony Delgado, where the hell was I thinking? But then I was sitting here today, and I realized that the Anthony Ainley fans, I think it favorited something on my thing, and for some reason the name Anthony stuck in my head, and I was thinking of Roger Delgado, and those things happen. Well, guys, I'm going to get on out of here for tonight. So until tomorrow, everybody take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am so gone. It's amazing. It's tight. Later, guys.